Hey friends, this is Tig in with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Elon Musk. Now, right now he's threatening to move SpaceX out of California, and it has something to do with the trans privacy law. Now, if you don't know what that is, that has something to do with the fact of parents not knowing about what's going on in school regarding children feeling like they're trans, and the school keeping it secret. And right now, Gavin Newsom wants to back that law that won't inform parents of what their children are going through, okay, which is insane. But I'm not exactly sure why Elon Musk is talking about moving SpaceX out of California because of that reason. I don't know how that might relate to him, or if he's just angry about this particular situation. It doesn't really make sense to me, but I really wanted to get into the story to find out what was really going on, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, please like, subscribe, and share this video. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you know whenever we come out with new videos, okay? All right, let's get started.
Billionaire Elon Musk says he's moving Hawthorne-based SpaceX and the social media company X from California to Texas. Musk making that announcement after Governor Newsom okayed a new law that bans California schools from telling parents if their kid is changing gender identities or sexual orientation. The law is the first of its kind in the nation. It takes effect in January and comes amid a nationwide debate over how school districts tackle the rights of LGBTQ+ students. Musk posting today on X, this is the final straw because of this law and the many others that preceded it. Attacking both families and companies, SpaceX will now move its headquarters from Hawthorne, California to Starbase, Texas. Musk says he warned Newsom about this issue last year, and this is the second politically motivated announcement from Musk in 1 week. Earlier, he endorsed Donald Trump for president and pledged to send about $45 million a month to the Trump campaign.
All right. Now, it seems like they've been having this issue anyway before this particular thing happened. I guess he threatened to do it before, but now this time he's planning on taking SpaceX out. I would have thought he did it anyway. I mean, I don't think, and I know it's more than just a trans issue, but because of all the crazy stuff going on in California right now, I would have just left anyway. He probably was going to leave anyway. He probably knew that Newsom was going to do something crazy at some point, and people getting tired of it. Every time they do something crazy, then they'll stop, and then they'll do something crazy again, then they'll stop, and then they'll do something crazy again. It's an ongoing thing. Why go through all that when you can just go somewhere else? And I think he was probably planning on doing that anyway. And it's crazy stuff, man. I think parents should know about everything that goes on with their children because you're a public school, that doesn't mean you can keep secrets, especially teachers, because you don't know. And this is way beyond the trans thing. I don't like the idea of teachers keeping secrets from me with my kid. If I had a kid, you know, I don't have a kid, but if I did, that's crazy. Because right now you're seeing in the news a lot of people, a lot of teachers right now are building relationships with students, and we're talking about illegal relationships with students, okay? And now they want to keep other things secret. And you know, Gavin Newsom ain't doing it because he gives a crap about parents or he give a crap about these kids, because you know his kids are protected. He's thinking about possibly running for probably president in the future. So he want to be, you know, he want to be inclusive and all this other crap, which doesn't work, right? Because even if you are a gay and lesbian couple and y'all got children, teachers shouldn't keep secrets from them either. Nobody should be keeping secrets from your kid, because when things go wrong, then guess who got to be responsible for it? It's the parents. For example, there was a situation with this girl, she ended up, you know, self-deleting herself because of these secrets. Parents had no clue what was going on, but the school knew. And now they got to deal with a dead daughter. I mean, it's crazy stuff, man. They wanna, you know, push you into all kind of crap, but when things start to get bad, they don't want to have nothing to do with it. They want to, you know, put drugs into you and all the other things they're trying to force you to do. And then when things go wrong, they act like their hands are clean. We ain't got nothing to do with it. That's your problem. You know, this is the thing. Let's pass a law. Who cares about the repercussions of the law? but we're going to go ahead and just pass it anyway. And then if things go bad, we're going to pretend like we had nothing to do with it. It's not our fault, it's your fault. And parents are furious about this kind of thing. And it, like I said, it goes beyond the trans situation because they never stop there. They start doing things like, because they want to control your children, so they start doing all kind of crazy stuff. So a lot of LGBT community might complain that, y'all, transphobic and all this kind of stuff. It got nothing to do with that. It got something to do with the fact of the matter is the government and politicians are trying to push things on people and mandate things that people, don't want. People want, when these kids hit 18, you can tell them whatever you want. But once they still under the parents' care, the parents should know everything that's going on with them. I don't care where this at. I don't care if it's at the YMCA. I don't care if it's at the school. I don't care if somebody babysitting. They need to know everything that happens. Everything, okay? They should have the right. Okay, but I really think Elon Musk was going to leave anyway at some point because, like I said, they won't stop. They'll keep pushing these things over and over and over again. And even when you think you got a break, or even when you think you're winning, then they'll just come up with something else just to, cause all kind of problems. So I don't blame the guy for leaving. I thought he should have left a long time ago. I thought he did most of his businesses, but I guess he's just going to clean up everything else. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and get into this article from Politico, and let's get a little bit more in detail about this particular situation. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Elon Musk vows to move SpaceX headquarters out of California, citing trans privacy law. The tech billionaire has made similar threats over political differences in the past. So it's not just about that. Sacramento, California. Elon Musk said Tuesday he would move the headquarters of social media platform X rocket maker SpaceX out of California after the state governor Gavin Newsom approved new protections for transgender and gay students in school. Now that's a tricky word when they say protection. Now I understand if it's protection against people bullying them or trying to harm them, something like that, but protections from their own parents? Unless the parents are like mean and violent or something like that, harming the child in general, yeah, there should be some protections. But just protecting them from information that they should know about? That's insane, man. The law signed by Newsom on Monday prevents schools from requiring staff to notify parents whose children show signs of being transgender or sharing information about their sexual orientation. The law was drafted in response to so-called parents' rights movement. There has been at least 7 school boards in the state passed rule within the last year that force teachers to tell parents if their child starts using a name or pronoun that doesn't match their sex assigned at birth. Yeah, it's just getting to the point now they just want to control you now. They want to control your children without the responsibility. When these kids go to jail, when these kids get hurt or regret their decisions because they're kids, now it's your problem to deal with now. We got nothing to do with it. We got what we wanted. So now you got to deal with the repercussions of it. That's basically what it's saying. This is the final straw, said Musk, who has a transgender daughter from who he is reportedly estranged. He added the decision was because of this law and many others that preceded it, attacking both families and companies. Yeah, they just doing everything they can to force things on people. As a result, Musk wrote on X that he would move the headquarters for SpaceX from Hawthorne in Southern California to Starbase in Texas. X, which is headquarters in downtown San Francisco, will move to Austin, Musk said. I don't blame the guy, man. I mean, I would have moved anyway before that. After the sickness, as you call it, right, happened in 2020, man. After all that crap, man, as soon as things died down, I would start moving all my stuff. After that, I'm really surprised why he didn't move it. Because him and Newsom didn't get along and they disagree with so many things. And they just made it harder living in California. So I'm really curious of why he didn't do it. Or maybe it just took years for him to make all these plans. So finally now he can do it. And he's just probably just using this as an excuse. But I would have left a long time ago. If he could have, I would have just left. Because he's not going to. As long as Newsom is governor there, he's going to keep doing this stuff. This is not the first time he's threatened to leave California over political differences. During the pandemic, Musk also sued California and threatened to move Tesla headquarters to Texas due to the state COVID-19 restrictions, which were among the most cautious in the nation. In early 2020, see, during that time I would have left. In early 2023, Musk brought part of Tesla's operations back to California. Why? Opening up engineering headquarters back in Silicon Valley. Look, I understand how popular California is or was, and that you can do a lot of good business in California. But this current governor is just making things impossible. Just making things more difficult. It's hurting everybody there. I don't understand why people keep voting for this dude. I really don't. And this don't got nothing to do with whether you left or right, man. He just ruining California. If you got eyes, you can see it. You can see this going down. And while Musk on Tuesday blamed the new transgender protections for the impending move, prior media reports had indicated he was contemplating relocating X before Newsom signed the law. Yeah, he was thinking about leaving anyway, because Newsom is not going to stop doing this stuff, man. He's just not. And like I say, I don't get the impression from him that he gives a crap about anybody but his own political career. And that's it. He don't care about nobody like that. And guess what? If you got two lesbians right now who got children in school and they hiding stuff from their kids, they're going to have a problem with that. So this is not an LGBT thing. This is a parent thing. Parents need to know what's going on with their children. I don't care what it is. They need to do that so they can talk to their children, make informed decisions or whatever that's needed. But when you start keeping secrets and controlling kids with whatever you want, because you know they're not going to stop at this. They're going to keep moving forward with this kind of stuff. And it's wrong. It's just wrong. Parents should always have the right, as long as the kid is underage, and as long as the parents are taking care of these children, they should know what's going on in their children's lives. Now, kids can keep secrets. That's on them. If they don't want to tell their parents, that's them. But if something's going on in school and the teachers or the principal or anybody sees it and knows about it, and they think that this is something that the parents should know about, they should tell them. And stuff. I never signed no NDA when I went to school talking about they can't talk about my stuff going on with my parents. It never happened. Never happened. Musk has grown increasingly vocal and conservative in his political views in recent years. I mean, you pushing the left to the right, basically. You know, they were saying he was right when he wasn't right, because he did a little illustration where he was always in the middle or mostly left, but then they just continuously kept pushing him right. He never moved, but the left keep moving. That was the illustration of the cartoon. So he always were on the left. And so did Bill Maher as well, right? But they keep on trying to make it seem like they Republicans now, and they're not. They just never moved. It was the Democrat Party that moved. I'm often putting him at odds with the Democratic leadership in California, of course. Earlier this week, because they can't just make decisions that's going to improve the place, make people more money, improve businesses so people can be hired, so people won't get laid off left and right. People, look, I don't care how you feel about electric cars. Maybe you like them, maybe you don't. Maybe you think they're a waste of time and they got problems or whatever. But when people got a lot of money in their pocket, they don't mind owning things like that. When things get bad, they start to they'll go back to gas or they won't have a car at all. I mean, because I've seen on the news all these repos and people abandoning their cars. A lot of them are electric because either they can't afford it or can't afford the problems that come along with it. But when you got money, you tend to deal with a lot of things. But it seems like they want to take all the money out of your pocket. Earlier this week, he announced he would funnel $45 million a month into a political action committee to support former President Donald Trump. Now, if things can change earlier before he moves, then he might stay. But I don't see that happening. I think he should move and go to Texas. If that's a better deal for him, if you don't have to deal with all this crazy stuff. You don't hear stuff coming out of places like Texas, that much stuff, when it comes down to the law, when they doing crazy stuff. I ain't saying they always making the best decisions or anything, but they're not coming up with a bunch of crazy laws. They're trying to pot people with their money, destroy companies, and take rights from parents. They don't come up with that kind of, you don't deal with those type of problems in these places. His reaction to the new transgender law was praised by another notable California conservative, former delegate, Caitlyn Jenner. Oh, okay. Caitlyn Jenner's a delegate? Get out of here. Who came out as transgender in 2015. Okay. Newsom offers did not admit. I really don't. I'm sorry for the pause, man, but I still don't understand why he's doing what he's doing. He's a Republican, or she's now, okay? But look, I'm a Christian, so I tend to just want to stick to people's names. Caitlyn Jenner. That person is a Republican and a transgender person. I'm really surprised that this person is trying to support Republicans. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. I mean, look, maybe I'm looking at it in the wrong way, possibly. Maybe this person is thinking, look, even though this person felt like everybody should have the right to transition, but when you start taking rights from parents, that's wrong. Maybe that's the way this person looks at it. So that I can agree with, at least. Maybe that makes sense to me. All right. Newsom's office did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The governor in the past have lavished praise in the billionaire despite Musk's criticism of the state, saying in 2021 that he has reverence and deep respect for that individual. There's nothing else you really can say about the guy, man. The guy got like all these successful companies, and he's doing things nobody else is doing, while you, on the other hand, ain't doing crap. Later on X on Tuesday, Newsom wrote, "You bent the knee," referring a true social post by Trump in which the former president claimed he could once get Musk to drop to the knees and beg. All right, yeah, I guess they was going through some stuff, man. Trump says all kind of crazy stuff. This is the thing, man. Either like him or hate him, Trump will be Trump regardless, right? And yeah, he does say some crazy stuff, and maybe a lot of the stuff he need to tone down. He really do. He need to start. I hate to say this, act a little bit more political, more decent, because he does say things and do things sometimes that can put people off big time, and that might hurt him in the election in some ways. But I mean, still, man, all I care about is the policies. I don't care about all this other stuff, man. I don't care about the social things. As long as I'm making money and I can feed myself, help my family, or whatever the situation is, that's all I care about. I don't care about these people going at each other like they are. I mean, yeah, you can sit back and criticize both sides for that. But either way it goes, I don't care. But I mean, it's crazy though. But that is, I mean, I find it very interesting that a lot of these rich people can sit around and insult each other and attack each other. But then you find out they're having lunch together and supporting each other in certain things. But because I guess the bottom line is the most important thing to these people. So you can stand a little bit of insults here and there, but as long as you can get paid and get what you want with your company, and that's what Elon Musk thinking about. He didn't care about the insults. He just cared about the future of his companies. One member of the state legislature, the LGBTQ caucus, San Francisco State Senator Scott Wiener, that's his name, called Musk a textbook example of why kids shouldn't be forced to come out to their parents. Ain't that some crazy junk? That's crazy, man. Look. If you are, I have gay relatives. They can do whatever they want. I'm Christian and I support the Bible. I support God. I believe in what God said about these things. And I stick to that. Not because I give a crap about what people do with their lives, because I don't care. You sleep whatever you want to. It means nothing to me. But it means something to God. And it has something to do with salvation and saving people. And that was important. And to please God, because God is the greatest. He knows better for you than anyone else does. He knows not only how to live a better life, but also how to be able to go to heaven. He gave you the roadmap to get to heaven. And a lot of people refuse him because either they don't know or they don't want to know. Either way it goes, man, it's like you can do whatever you want to. In the end, nobody's going into your bedroom. Nobody trying to stop you from doing whatever you want to do, And like I say, unless you're putting people in danger and people getting hurt, like children or whatever the situation is, then I believe that, the law needs to step in. Because you can't just do whatever you want to. I just saw something on the news today. Now on the news, one of these law channels, they talk about crime. This woman, she was going through a lot, right? Black woman, she owed some pimp or some dude $200 because he loaned it to her or whatever. So the guy said, you either have sex with me or I have sex with your child. And she did that to pay for that. She gave it to him. The kid ended up dead. Sad, isn't it? I mean, you can't be just doing anything you want. And nobody's arguing for that. Nobody's saying parents should be, watched. And when it comes down to their children, they should be kept tabs. Because guess what? Now, you can reverse this. Let's reverse this, right? Suppose there's a bad parent at home doing something to the kid. The kid should be able to tell their adults, should be able to tell the teacher, should be able to tell the principal if they're going through something at home that's terrible and criminal. And it should go both ways. You can't be keeping secrets, man. It's a bad, bad thing. It's bad. All the way around. So it don't have nothing to do with the fact that the kid is LGBTQ or feel like they trans or anything like that. I don't care what the situation is. If the kid is cutting themselves or doing whatever and the teacher knows about it, they should tell the parents. They should tell the parents whatever's going on in this kid's life. Because these things, I don't care what you say, these things are complicated. If a kid feels like they trans or whatever, right, these things can get really complicated, especially when you start to intervene in their lives, like with drugs or operations or whatever the situation is. Now this is a whole different story, especially if these kids have these thoughts of deleting themselves. Yeah, the parents should know about it. They shouldn't be the last to know. Okay? Either side. Because when it all comes down to it, I don't care if you're left or if you're right. You will be furious if the people you that are watching your children keeping secrets from you, you'll be highly upset. I don't care what the left says. When it comes to their children, that's a whole different story. A whole different story. Like I say, man, this is crazy, and I'm really surprised Elon Musk didn't leave a long time ago, man. But when it comes down to rich people and political people and all this kind of stuff, man, you don't know what they're doing, and I believe all of this is just a bottom line in the end. I don't know if Elon Musk give a crap. I don't know if I don't feel like Gavin Newsom give a crap. You know what I mean? I don't know if Trump cares. I mean, when it comes down to these people that are in control, they don't give me the impression that they give a crap about your life at all. Okay? So my suggestion is you worry about your own self, man, because you protect yourself, you protect your family, man, the best you can. And hopefully, if the laws are crazy in that state and you can leave, freaking leave. Leave. To the point when they feel like they want to control your family and your children, leave if you can. Some people can't leave, it happens, but if you can leave, leave. And I'm really surprised Elon Musk didn't leave a long time ago. Maybe he thought things were going to get better. I doubt it, though. You know what I mean? I doubt it. All right, that's all I pretty much got to say about the situation. If you agree or disagree with me, you can leave it in the comments. I usually get to my comments at some point, and I read it and respond. It sometimes takes me a while because I'm busy. I got a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, so I'm pretty busy. But I try to get to it as soon as I can. All right? I really appreciate all of you coming by. Thanks again. This is T, and peace.